Alright, I'm gonna be honest. Hey, Justice, I've never seen a lapel knife before, but now that I have, I'm going through all the different things that I know that I can make that out of. First improvised weapon, or the first thing I would use to make the improvised weapon would be a clothespin, because it comes to a really sharp, steep bevel. It's at the right weight for it, just the half of it, and you can really easily do the double bevel grind. So I think that that would be a really good weight for it. But a toothbrush also, we just use this for cleaning. I also got bone fragments, that's what I'm making it out of. So Justice, I cheated a little bit. I already had a pre-made bone dagger, but I went with what I had already. So to do this, it's really simple. There's a bunch of bushcraft videos showing you how to do it. What you'll do is you'll take a bone, you'll smack into it sideways, and you'll remove any of the flakes that look like this. Now this can be beveled on a file, it can be beveled on a bench grinder. This one was beveled on a bench grinder, gives a finer point. Or it can be rubbed on the ground with some water. A bucket of rainwater and some concrete, you can do the same thing. It won't be as effective, but it'll still work out. So now I'm going to put a hole through it. That's what I'm working on right now. Unfortunately, I got this spine running down it, so this looks offset. I hit this with a round file. So then I'm going to try to bore a hole through it with my file, because that's what I have. I don't have an awl. I do have a Dremel, but I don't want to break that out unless I absolutely have to. I'm going to try to bore a hole through it for the little finger lanyard part. And then for the textured grip, I could file into it, but I'm going to use leather. So I'm going to show you what that looks like when I'm done. I appreciate the request, and I hope not to let you down. Thanks, dude. Okay, Justice, I got this hole drilled. It took me a second. So I'm using my Ozark Trail Blue Folder. I'm always recommending this knife for a great bushcraft knife. It's extremely sharp. I guarantee when they made this knife, they cryogenically forged it. So it's a really good knife. It's really tough metal. It almost feels like a file, like the hardness, but it also has a little bit of flex in it. So I bored a hole through it, and now I can start widening the hole out and running the loop through to do the finger set. Ideally, I'd like to get this flatter, but I don't think that's going to be a problem once I wrap it with leather. So what I like to do is really pinch and twist the ends of this leather before I fit it through something. So I don't know how everybody else does it, but that's how I do that. So now that we got this tassel on, I'm going to wrap it with leather. Not sure what you guys are seeing. I do the best I can to film this, and if it looks like crap, then I have to delete it and go over it again. So this is going to be my texture grip here. So then for the rest of this tail, I'm just going to tuck it in. Might help to have some kind of a tool with you to do that. I'm just going to use my knife. Alright, so that's a good start. Try to make it look nice. Gotta fold the top up. Okay, I actually got a pair of needle nose pliers that I want. That'll help a little better. that is fine right there. So that fits pretty good right there. I like that. So now we're going to do the loops. I'm going to stick my finger in there. Maybe do a reverse wrap. See how that feels first. It's a pinch, scissor, twist. I'm doing it left-handed, so. That's a good loop right there for my index finger. A little more slack. Alright, and then right there's where I'm going to put that knot. Actually, I should probably put a knot here. Justice, I hope I didn't let you down. What do you think? Like, subscribe, comment, make one yourself. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about this. This is the lapel dagger from World War I. It's an escape evasion tool that you can sew, and you can literally keep it in your hand. This looks like a weird leather ring, but you can keep it in your hand. No one knows that you have it. It's completely concealable. Rest your hand on your gut like, oh, I got a bellyache, and then, well, I guess now you got the bellyache, bad guy. So there you guys go. Thanks. Bye. I'm so sorry I couldn't like GoPro off the belly and show you guys how I just tied the knots on this and went over it with leather. Literally, all I did was tuck the leather under, wrap it around a bunch of times, and fold the tail in. It's really easy to do, but I don't like having like an ass crack in the leather when I do this kind of stuff. I like to have it looking nice and neat and flush. But it fits really comfortably in the hand. I went over the back end with the file. I thought the roundness of it was going to be a problem, but it's actually helping out with like a textured grip. Like a really nice, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a, you can feel the textured grip in the leather. It just gives you something to bite into, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, it's got a really nice feel to it. This is the first time I've ever seen this knife before. I've never even heard of it. And I'm in love with it already, so thank you for the suggestion. I do look into escape evasion sear. I've been really busy lately, working on other stuff. But yeah, this has a really nice feel to it. I think my favorite way to do this is the way that I saw it. Sorry, I'm trying to fit this on my hand. Is like this, where you get it up in your index finger. Now I seen this already, so like, and that's the point of the second loop. I'm not quite getting the loops down yet. I haven't trained with this at all, but this is a wonderful, wonderful hidden weapon. Now, people used to sew this into their clothes. You know, they'd hide it on their person somewhere, keep it in their belt. Everybody had different ways of disguising it, putting it in their shoe. That's just from the brief history lesson that I got on it. So it's very fun to make it. Basically a stiletto with a couple little knots that turn it into like a little flippy karambit push dagger.